some reason, Rachel has an aversion to vanilla ice cream.
I don't have an aversion to vanilla. I think if vanilla ice cream is your favorite, you are vanilla. That's what I think.
I don't know what that means. That's
then
very
you're just
racist.
plain and boring.
I think you're racist.
Not racist. It's just
That's
you're plain.
very racist.
No, it's not.
There's
Doesn't
nothing
mean
wrong.
you're only a white person.
There's nothing wrong with vanilla ice cream. It tastes okay.
You can't be racist against ice cream.
Yeah, you can.
Forman, is that racist?
I couldn't
Maybe
care less.
just a teeny
I don't
tiny
think so.
vanilla. It was you were giving me a vanilla
it's like
shot.
if you're vanilla, you're plain and boring. That's what that means. Doesn't mean the color of your skin.
There's a difference between plain and vanilla, because you can get plain yogurt, or you can get vanilla. You can get vanilla. You can get French vanilla
is
yogurt.
a flavored
Completely
yogurt.
different flavor. Plain is awful.
Sour. It's like sour. It's tart.
It is sour. It is.
If you will.
See?
Yeah. But you could use that in place of sour cream.
Sure.
If you're being healthy, I guess.
Mm-hmm. That's what we do. Sorry. We're not sour cream people, so we use yogurt.
Which is fine sometimes.
I don't really like sour cream. I always felt like sour cream to me.
What do you like?
Well, no.
What things do you like?
But sour cream, Rachel, does that not strike you as something you don't want to eat? It's like,
Well, if you think of it as soured cream, then no.
Yes.
Well, if it's sour cream, then I don't want it. But
Why
if
would
it's
I
sour
want
cream,
that?
If it's cream that's gone sour, then
Why
no.
would anyone reach for that? Okay, ready?
Yeah, look what I have today. Oh, can't see that.
What are you having?
Beer.
Oh, you're having a
Foreman
beer.
said he was having a beer, so.
look what I have.
That's a teeny tiny one.
I
Jalapeno
will-
margarita.
I have a little
That's
glass
not a beer.
of wine, but I don't usually drink it when I'm doing the podcast.
Oh.
Maybe I will.
Well, I'm drinking it this
This
time.
I've never
Here I
tried
go.
before. Ashley just went on a girls' trip to Prince Edward County last weekend. This is from Garage Time Brewing
And it's
in Picton. It's a Happy Jalapeno Margarita Ghost.
Oh, why not? Give
So
it
it's a
go.
margarita?
No, it's all the tart, salty, and lime flavor of our original Margarita Ghost, but with jalapeno.
Oh, I like that. It'll be spicy.
It's
I like
beer.
I
that.
have a regular
Okay.
beer.
All right. Okay, go
A
for it.
regular beer.
And we are.
It's the call of the wild.
We're off.
Oh, it smells like it.
This is this is this is
delish.
Yeah, is it? Okay. Yeah, this is due to underwhelming demand. It's the podcast that after 2
Forman.
years
Yeah.
may in fact be in more underwhelming demand than ever, and we're quite proud of that. So thank you.
It's
Thank
been
you.
2 years. Yeah. When
Yes.
was our second? Well, it's
I
around
don't
this
know.
time that we put out our.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
who
been
cares?
2 years now. You're right.
Yeah,
Happy
even-
anniversary, you guys. That's why
yeah.
we have drinks.
Even we are underwhelmed. Okay.
Ay, ay, ay. That's a spicy
How's that?
jalapeno
Spicy.
beer.
Love how you've put it in a cup. You're so fancy.
Like
I'm
it's a glass.
a glass. I'm drinking out of a can.
And this fine, high quality podcast is brought to you by Campbell Amusements and the Ontario Vintage Tractor Pullers Association, featuring Forman.
Forman, but not Brian from St. Mary's at the moment.
Oh,
no.
what happened?
Oh no!
Brian and his son Tanner were just cleaning up in categories with this vintage tractor pull.
Oh no!
Very exciting to watch
Oh,
until
no.
suddenly it wasn't exciting to watch.
Oh no!
Did they get kicked out?
No.
Oh,
Is Brian okay?
it's like you guys are too good. Get out.
Brian, everyone's okay
Oh, good.
except for the tractor
Oh no.
and Tammy from St. Mary's.
Oh no!
What happened to Tammy?
Well, I just asked that the tractor had some malfunctions, and I asked, did Tammy bite her tongue because everybody knows exactly what she thinks and would say, or did she have a couple of words? And Brian said she had a couple of words.
Okay. All right. But Tammy's okay.
Everybody is
Physically
fine.
okay.
Everyone's
She's fine?
Everyone's
Okay.
fine.
All right. That's
Everyone's
good.
fine.
And all the
She's
other
just not
beautiful
thrilled.
vintage tractors are fine. This is the amount of power and time that
Okay.
goes into these beautifully restored tractors. Sometimes mishaps can happen.
That's
Jeez, it's
understandable.
almost like a demo derby now.
Understandable, but Forman, you will be at the Brook Alvinston Fall Fair
Yes.
with the tractor, the vintage tractor pull. That's coming up this weekend.
Yeah, this Sunday, September 29th, the Brook Alvinston Watford Fall Fair. And then on Thanksgiving weekend, it's a big fair, really big deal, the Brigden Fall Fair. It's
that's
always
huge.
Thanksgiving.
Huge.
Okay.
Yeah. Have you?
Is it? I've never been to the Brigden Fair.
I haven't been, but I'm aware of how big it is. I've driven.
Oh, okay.
Brigden's a nice little community, which I've driven
Yeah.
through, and they have one of the last fall fairs, which
Yes,
makes
Thanksgiving,
them one
okay.
of the, yeah. Well, they're
Right.
after. Yeah, they're a big fall fair. But the have you ever been to the Brook Alvinston Fall Fair?
No.
Or
No.
First time.
Payapalooza this weekend.
Well, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
I mean, you got the tractor pull and Payapalooza. What more
yeah.
could you want?
It's pretty good. I mean,
Nothing.
I don't.
and it's
Yeah.
Brook, Alvinston, and Watford. So there's a lot getting packed into this fair.
Okay.
That's pie themed and these beautiful vintage tractors. It'll start at 11 a.m. on the Sunday, the 29th. Same with Brigden will be on October 13th at
Okay.
11 a.m. Usually it's pretty, that's also a Sunday. Usually it's pretty warm on Thanksgiving. Like
Yeah.
usually
it actually-
Thanksgiving,
it is.
you're prepared for it to be freezing, but it's stinking hot.
Right.
And that's
Well,
true.
we've had a stinking
you-
hot September so far.
That's
so
true.
there you go.
If you see Forman doing the calling, because he's doing all the calling at these tractor
Yes.
pulls, take some pictures of him or videos. Send them along to us. We'll post them.
Not like
So-
paparazzi style. Like
Yeah.
you can come talk to
Yeah,
me.
paparazzi style's
When
fine.
you say he's a caller, does that mean he's standing there going, "Hey, tractor"?
Come
Is that what you
on. Come over
Is
here.
that what you do? Or
It's
is
not
that-
like those American
Here,
husband calling contests
Yeah,
at the
hog
state
callers.
fairs.
Yeah, yeah.
Dave!
I would like to see you do that. I would actually
would I.
pay. I would pay to see Forman call
That was
tractors
very good. I was
for
impressed
half
with that.
an hour. That would be great. I
I'm
would
impressed.
enjoy that.
Yeah,
Anyway, that's
very good.
maybe we could take you on the road, Forman. That would be fun.
I like that. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Anyway, go see Forman at the
Yes.
vintage
Yeah.
tractor pull.
And if you're interested, because anyone with these old tractors around or in the family, that kind of thing, if you're interested, we're always looking for new pullers, always looking for local pullers at all these local events. So get in touch, ovtpa.org.
The more pullers, the better. I say.
OVPTA.org. Okay, the more pullers, the better.
Yeah.
And Anna Forman. So there you go. Everybody's happy. Okay.
Who's going
I'm
first?
not happy. Do you want to know
Davis.
why I'm not happy?
Why?
Oh,
Segue.
take a
Yeah.
drink. Every time
Okay.
someone segues successfully,
Well,
you take a drink.
I'll try hard then.
Try harder this time. Okay.
Yep.
All right. In a few short days, I don't want to say when because I don't want to encourage anybody to come here. Okay?
I'm absolutely coming.
I don't want you here
yes.
either.
Oh, yeah. I am.
We
I
want
don't you-
specifics.
Well, it's going to cost you money to get in. So
That's fine. That's
I
fine.
mean,
Friends and family discount.
Well, that's
I would
yeah, I
let
should
you
have that.
if you text me and say, "Hey, I'm near your house," which I know you never are.
Yeah.
I would let you in, but if you want to come and pay money, you knock yourself out.
Jeremy
But-
wants to go to Golf Town up near your house, so that might be a good excuse.
Well, just text me. When are you planning to do that so I, won't be
I don't
home?
know. I don't know. I'm gonna surprise you one day.
We had renovations. If you listen to this podcast and have been regularly listening to the podcast, there were some renovations done on the home last year. Thank goodness that's all over.
Oh, yeah. You had the guy who dances to classic rock and the other guy who poops in your toilet every day.
Something like that. Yes. Yeah. It was something like that. And
But it took a long time, but it's gorgeous now.
it was a long,
Worth it.
a long procedure. Even like a year ago at this point, it wasn't done. I think it was finally kind of done around the middle of November last year.
How long did it take? Like 6 months?
At
least.
late April until November-ish. Yeah, so it's a long time.
Yeah.
That's your outdoor time. Thank goodness. and I would say to you, if you're ever going to do a renovation, and we didn't know that it was going to take that long. You never know that when you go into it. But if you're going to do a big renovation, that's the time to do it because you can be outdoors if you need. Because the inside of your house, in our case, it was the kitchen, it was the living room, an ensuite, and the ensuite butted up against the laundry.
It was almost your whole main floor.
Yeah, pretty close. And it was a long period of time, but it looks great. It's done. It looks good. The only thing, and when you have a renovation like that, you can, maybe you're the person that designs it. Maybe you're the person with the vision. We are not visionaries when it comes to stuff like that.
No, I see. What are those, action figures or Ken dolls behind you?
What's behind you?
Over your other shoulder. What is that on the...
Oh, those are all my awards. I don't know.
Those are
You have
awards? Oh, I
awards?
thought they looked like little people.
They're little. No,
What
they're-
awards
they're
do you
awards.
have?
Oh, I've won this. I've won that.
You
know.
have? We didn't win anything.
Yeah, well,
Best
I won,
in show,
I won
4-H
I won a
awards.
Super
4-H.
Bowl. I won a Super Bowl pool 2 years ago.
Oh,
I have
okay.
a cup for that
I thought
over
this
there.
was radio
yeah.
awards. I said, we didn't
No,
win anything.
I don't have those kinds of awards.
Nobody gave
What are
us
you,
awards.
Crazy.
Well,
Anyway,
they might have one time.
Anyway, we're not the visionaries. Maybe you are if you have a particular vision of what you want your house to look like. But we had a guy that we paid a company, and this guy came in, and he had a vision, and his vision turned out great. The only thing we asked for that would be slightly different was we asked for a larger island than he was planning in our kitchen, and that didn't happen until very late in the project, where Jana went, "Oh, it's only going to be that big? Can it be bigger?" And so they were very good. They were very accommodating. They, it was a long period of time, but we're pleased with our house. We think it looks great. We're very happy in it. We're enjoying it.
Good.
And then they came to us and said, this same company, and said, "Hey," the first thing they came for was, there's a magazine that wants to do a little photo shoot, and we were wondering if we could do it in your house. We just did your house, and we're like,
They wrote an article about your reno, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
You're You're a north of Fanshawe
you're-
Park Road
Yeah.
I don't even know
magazine
what the
house.
magazine
He's
was.
that-
I
Dave
have
is
no
that-
idea.
Must
I have
be
no
nice.
Dave is
idea.
that family. Yes.
Yeah.
You're
Well,
wondering
at first-
who has these homes. It's
Yeah.
Dave.
It's me. No, hang on.
Yes.
So,
It quite literally is.
Yeah.
You're in a
This guy says-
magazine.
The guy says to me, "Do you want to be here? We'll make you a part of the whole thing. We're gonna film we're gonna film videos for us. We want some videos that we can use for our social media, but they're also going to take some pictures for this magazine. Do you want to be here?" And I was like, "I do not want to be
of course
here.
you did.
I want no part of it. You know how to get into my house. You still have the code for the garage.
Right.
Help yourself." And so I went and I played golf. And when I got back, I was like, "Oh, please be done. Please be done. I want to come in if you're not done." And there was the truck was in front of the house. And I went, "Oh, I don't want to." And then he came out of the garage and he went, "We're all done." I went, "Oh, really? Well,
Good
I'm sorry.
timing.
I'm so sorry I missed it."
I was going to
No,
take
I'm
another
not.
trip around the block.
Yeah, that's right.
So anyway, this shows
Dave would
up
have
on the-
sat outside until
I
he
would've.
came out.
That's
Yes.
right. So this shows up in a magazine. I don't know what the magazine is. I don't really care. We saw some stuff online. It's nice.
You can't
Okay.
even give us
They're
the
selling-
name of the magazine.
No, I
What
don't know it.
horse
I don't
shit is
know
Oh
it.
my
this?
God,
I don't
Dave,
know it.
That's
It's-
ridiculous. You should
I
know
don't-
it.
I don't care. I don't know what the magazine. Why would
Oh
I
my
care?
No,
Because
the
they're
house
putting
isn't a
your house in
magazine.
it.
Whatever.
Anyway,
Okay.
so
I'm
then
gonna
the
take a
guy,
drink.
then they we get an email. Hey,
yes.
they do this
You do need a
home,
drink.
the home tour every year, and we were
No, it's a magazine and a home tour. But
we were
very
aware
nice.
that we were aware that they did a home tour. It's a charity thing because one of our neighbors.
Yes, it all goes to your foundation.
No, not mine. Doesn't go to me. One of the neighbors here in the NOF area, one of the neighbors said to me at
NOF.
one point, because he goes on this home tour every a charity thing. He goes every year. He says to me one day, I was out, working on the lawn. He goes, "Hey," because we had to sign up and the trucks are always in the driveway. He says, "Is your home going to be on the home tour next year?" I'm like, I what? I don't know. I don't know what that is. I have no idea. He didn't. He says, you don't know what I'm talking about, do you? I'm like, no, I have no idea. So now I know what he was talking about. And now in a very short period of time from the recording of this podcast, we're going to have people wandering through our house. But
That
we've been told,
sounds, as much as I would kind of, I think that's cool, it sounds like a nightmare.
it's a lot of work. Yeah, it means...
Boo-hoo!
Yeah, it means Dave's...
My magazine house is going to have strangers and peasants in it.
No, I don't.
Peasants.
No, it means
I'm going to
I've
be
gotta,
one of those peasants. I'm coming
I mean,
through.
it means I got to vacuum. I mean, it means
Oh,
I
you
got
gotta clean, yes.
I got to
You gotta
clean windows.
decorate.
I got to clean walls. I got to tidy stuff. I got to be clean. I got to be neat. I got to
Put
do
stuff
all,
away. Nothing's
Yes.
on the counter.
Everything's got to be decorated. We have to have all of this stuff done.
Don't you
Now-
already have the help doing that for you?
No, I don't have any help. I'm the help.
You're the help,
I
yeah.
do it all.
Right.
Yeah, you're,
Well,
the,
I don't
you're
do
your
it all.
wife's
I
help.
don't. I don't do it all, but I
Right.
do. I do my share.
Your
I think.
share.
I
Okay.
think. Anyway, they did offer us a cleaning person.
Oh, okay. Well, that's nice.
A couple
Good.
of days before everybody comes through.
So you do have
Well, yeah, but then I think to myself, yeah, but what do you do when you have you guys have had cleaning ladies forever?
I do it. I have help. Yeah, I have a cleaning lady.
No, I
That's-
don't.
You don't.
you don't anymore?
Oh.
No.
You used to.
You've moved a couple times.
Yeah,
You used
this
to.
isn't London or Halifax radio money. It's Woodstock
Yeah,
radio
well,
money.
okay. Yeah, well, I never had help until I'm going to get help with this. But then I think to myself, well, I better clean up before the help gets there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, it's not
Well,
worth
you
it.
have to tidy so that the cleaner can clean. So you have
Yeah.
to put everything away. That's our problem because we got toys and the kids leave like junk everywhere. That's the issue. Tidying. And then if someone else can clean, great.
Well, help yourself. Come for a tour.
All right.
You just don't
I'm
know
going
when
to.
or where or how.
No,
I'm scanning all the home tours. Which
Yeah.
one's north of Fanshawe, NOF? I'm
They're
going
all
there.
they're all over the place.
I would
They're
hate
not
that.
just
I wouldn't
here.
want people in my house. I wouldn't. Somebody asked me to be part of a holiday home tour. I was like, no, thank you.
No
I am
way.
not
Really?
doing that. Yes. No, I don't want
Oh.
people poking through my house. It's a
Yes.
mess in here.
But like most of us,
thanks.
we don't have to worry about it because we don't have Dave's house.
Right. That's true.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Well,
The
it's
rest
nice.
of us have peasant homes.
Oh, stop it! Stop.
Just a hole in the mud.
You guys
We
are
have to poop in the mud in the hole.
You're assholes.
We don't have toilets.
This is due to Underwhelming Demand with Dave, Rachel, and Forman, the podcast that is your weekly dose of je ne sais quoi.
Oh, that's true.
What the French call a certain I don't know what.
Yeah,
What the f is going on?
I didn't.
Who
didn't
pressed
say.
play on this shit?
Yeah. Okay.
Can you double time that? Play it at 1.5 speed? Maybe you already are by
You
accident.
know
We've heard that.
What I thought about using that, I didn't think it would. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's this fine podcast is brought to you by Campbell Amusements.
Yes.
Don't miss out.
The fall fairs, yes, they're almost wrapping up. The last one is in Rockton, which is Thanksgiving weekend, the October 10 to 14, right? That's the Thanksgiving weekend, isn't it?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yes.
Competing against the Brigden Fair.
That's right, yeah. So Campbell Amusements brings the midway to all of the fall fairs in the area, including the Ilderton Fair. They're going to be at the Ilderton Fair. They're bringing the rides and the games and all that stuff, and the Rockton Fair. And we have a promo code for you if you're going to the Rockton Fair. Unfortunately,
Right.
doesn't
Right.
work for the Ilderton Fair. They already have some great deals for the Ilderton Fair online. So if you go to campbellamusements.com, you can get tickets ahead of time. And if you
Yes.
use the promo code DUD, due to Underwhelming Demand,
That's
just
us.
for you, just for
Yeah.
our listeners, you can
Yes.
save $20 on advanced online family packs. That means you got to purchase it before the fair begins. So before October 10th. Got to purchase it by October 9th. And you save $20 on online family packs if you're going to the Rockton World's Fair.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which
They
is
got all kinds
competing with Forman doing his husband hollering contest.
Hey, you can do
Forman!
They got helicopter rides at the Rockton World's Fair.
Really?
There's all the typical
Helicopter.
livestock shows and horse shows. There's live entertainment. I mean,
That's
there's
way
a lot
better.
going
That's
on.
why it's
always-
the World's
by-
Fair. They
By
got
the
everything going
way,
on.
I know that a lot of people don't ever say this, but when people say, "Oh, live entertainment," it's way better. They should really boost that because it's so much better than dead entertainment. Live
Right,
entertainment, I've always
As the
maintained-
alternative, you're right.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Like live
I
entertainment.
prefer live.
They're not kidding.
They
Right?
are
when
alive.
When
Yeah.
they say live entertainment,
Sure.
although
Yeah.
you never know if people get a little worked up, what could happen. But let's not go there.
Okay. Yes. Well, I prefer live also.
Yes.
Same.
Of course.
So that's, yes,
Same.
another reason to
Right.
go to the Rockdom World's Fair.
Live
October
entertainment.
10th to 14th.
All the performers are living.
Yes.
Good.
Well, hopefully.
All right.
yes.
Well, you can
Yes.
use the promo
Hopefully.
code DUD at CampbellAmusements.com. Get $20 off family packs online for the Rockdom World's Fair. If you're going to the Ilderton Fair, check out their tickets online too because they have some deals for that. But the promo code doesn't work for Ilderton,
Campbell
unfortunately.
Amusements. We appreciate their
You know,
support.
Ilderton has a good place in my heart.
Okay. I was
end.
hoping we'd get a drink, but Rachel.
Oh, sorry. No, I didn't segue, but take a drink anyway. I'm going to.
That should have been what we bet on.
Yeah, that should have
was
been
not
what we bet
segueing?
on.
Yeah. All right. Well, listen, I actually have a question for you guys. Do you have a bumper sticker? And if you do, what is it and why? And I'd
No.
like to
No.
hear from you. Neither of you have bumper. I don't either.
No.
But you always see
Not
the
to put
same...
a brakes on that topic, but no.
Yeah, really? Okay, well,
No.
that's it. I feel like if you have a bumper sticker, you really need to, like, that's your identity from now on. That's it. Like, but it's always the same stuff. It's like the marathon one, like 26.2 or something like that. Or it's
Really?
yeah,
I've never seen that.
yeah, it's just
Oh,
the number.
Yeah. I actually didn't realize that that's what it meant.
I didn't know what that meant.
Yeah, it's I ran a marathon.
Oh.
So yeah,
Oh,
you
that's
ran a
very-
marathon. Or
that's
somebody
very-
says, I'd rather be golfing, of course,
Yeah.
than
Yeah, I'd
driving
rather be
at the
fishing.
moment.
Yeah,
right?
I don't want to see that.
Coexist. We should all. There's the answer to humanity's problem. Coexist. I don't know. I have my son or daughter is an honors student. They're all kind of the same. You see all the same ones all the time. But I feel like if you have a bumper sticker like that, you put that on your car forever. Like that's your identity. That's it. You've committed. And you're done.
Well, it's a tattoo.
Yes,
essentially
that's what
for
I
your
think.
car. But I saw
But I
one
don't think
actually.
people think through bumper stickers as much as tattoos.
No, I don't think
No.
so either.
Yeah.
I saw one this morning actually because I was behind this individual, and it said,
Mm-hmm.
"I think if you're close enough to read this."
Right off.
That's right.
Oh.
Rachel, that's
Well,
although that is a bumper sticker I might buy if you're.
Look, I saw one that said that this morning, but it was specifically addressed to our current prime minister.
Oh well,
so-
I've seen lots of
yes,
those.
okay.
I always feel like it's okay. You don't need to tell me that. Just don't vote for him.
You could
It's
just
okay.
vote for a
Yeah.
different
Just
person.
vote for
you know what?
somebody else.
You can
I don't
vote
care.
and like whoever you want, but my kids are reading that. Like, I don't
Yeah,
want you
I
to
don't
put
really
that in
care.
public.
What
this one
company
said-
is printing the F. Trudeau
The-
stuff anyway? Who's
the-
actually making
Oh,
bank
I'm
on
sure.
that?
Somebody that's
merchandise.
People are
Making-
making tons of money off that
Yeah,
stuff.
somebody
Oh my
making
God.
a lot of money.
Yes.
Anyway, besides the
mine-
point, you saw a different one, Dave.
Yes, I did. Where was I? If you're close enough to read this, I believe it said, "I'm going to drive even slower."
Oh, okay.
Oh.
And once I
Right.
read it, I went, "Well, I don't really want to be behind you. How
No.
in the
Yes.
hell did I end up behind you?"
Yeah.
Yes,
Maybe
this
you
is
should
just where I
don't-
landed.
Get out
I
of the
don't
way
It's
then.
not
want
my
to-
fault I'm back here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't want to be behind you.
What if I just
No.
have good eyesight and I
You
can
know,
read
like,
that?
and I didn't really creep up on you. I was stopped at the light when I read your bumper
Right.
sticker, so it's not
But now
even-
I know that you're not a nice
Yeah.
person.
Now, but now I
Yeah.
know that since I read that, I'm not going anywhere.
Yes, I
Like,
know.
How did I
Yeah.
end up behind you and piss off? Like, like who wants that? And the other one I really don't like is Baby on Board. Not because
Oh, baby
I don't,
on board. Yeah.
I don't think that we shouldn't be careful around babies. Of course we should.
Sure.
Don't throw them. Don't don't hang them upside down.
Don't
Try to-
dangle them over a balcony.
Yes, don't drop
That
them.
kid
Hold
turned
on
out
to them.
fine, right?
Yes,
Well, he's
yeah.
around.
All right, so then
I
no
never
lesson
had
learned there.
I don't
I
have
never
a
had a
problem
baby
with-
on board sticker, but we do see them now, and my kids are like, "What does that mean?" And I said, "Oh, there's a baby in the car, so you got to be
But no,
careful."
I don't think it.
And they're
I
like,
never.
"Do we have one?" I said, "No,
I
we
don't
didn't.
ever-
we never
I
had
don't
one.
ever think they mean
we didn't
that
care
because
about you as much."
How do I know that you didn't get that bumper sticker 3 years ago and you now no longer have a baby on board?
Right.
Yeah.
What were you thinking?
Well,
like
I don't
what-
know. And then you still have to be careful of that car. Are you more careful around those cars than other cars?
You
I don't
shouldn't
know.
necessarily be. You should be
Yeah.
equally as careful around all cars, technically.
Right. Exactly.
Yes. I'm not going to run into you any more than I would run into anybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although you're pissing me off with your baby on board, so maybe I will.
Yeah. The only time I appreciate bumper stickers, because I'm not a huge fan. I've never had one myself. The only time I really like them is if they are truly funny to the masses. You're not coming across as an asshole by saying, if you're this close to me, back the f up, or something like that, right? Or
Sure.
whatever.
Being truly funny to the masses
that's
is a
hard.
tough nut to
That's
crack.
a tough nut to crack. Yeah.
That is.
You got to find the right
Don't
bumper
we
sticker.
all know?
That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
That is
Not
hard.
that we've ever cracked
It's
that
hard.
nut yet.
Yeah, that's right. I would argue this podcast is slightly funnier than the TV show The Bear, but they win best
Why is
comedy.
that a
so
comedy?
I don't know. Anyway,
I like it, but it's not funny.
It's not at all.
It's not funny at all. It's not a
not
comedy. It's a
funny.
drama.
And they should have
Especially
an
the
award for the
Christmas
most.
episode.
If they had an award for the most uncomfortable show, I would give it to them.
Yes.
Although we would be a close second, so I'm not really.
Uncomfortable. Well, yes, that's right. Okay.
What topic
We're
is
gonna
this
make our
again?
own bumper sticker then.
What were we talking about
Bumper
anyway?
stickers. Do you have one, and what is it, and why?
Okay, well,
Why
let us
do you
know.
have that?
Well,
I think it's your
my-
whole, then you have to commit. That's your whole personality.
Sure.
That's your thing now. From
My
now
thought
on.
is more on how long it's going to be there. Like I'm on board with around St. Thomas. There's a lot of the hashtag I've got your back 911 ones, which
Sure.
fine.
I'm okay with that.
Great,
Yeah,
yeah.
but
that's fine.
my
I
my
get
main
it.
thought with
I assume
anything
you're
that
a first
seems
responder of some kind
Yeah,
and whatever.
I
That's
get
fine.
it.
But anything permanently affixed to your car like that, I think, well, how long are you really going to drive that car for? And as soon as
Right.
you have to get a different car, are you going to go buy another one and put it on that
They
car?
must scrape off easily, or some of them must be magnets, right?
Well, you
They're
can't
just magnets.
reuse them.
No, you can't reuse them. You
No.
have to buy
No.
a new one, I think.
No, they don't come off
So
easy.
that's just my practical mind because I live south of Fanshawe Park Road and I
Yes,
can't afford such
We can't
things.
avoid. That's right. I'm the same way. I'm like, I'm not
Okay.
going to stick that there. Does that
Really?
come off? You know how many
I can't
stickers
even
my
buy-
kids have stuck around my house that I can't get off? That's a real pain in my ass.
Right.
I can't even buy the magazine that your stupid house is in.
Okay. All right.
Can't afford a bumper sticker.
God.
When we have beer, it's a lot more sweary.
This is due to Underwhelming Demand, the podcast that for this episode only, and only this episode, is pumpkin spiced. You're
Just
welcome.
this one?
Yeah, just this one. And you're welcome.
Okay. Not to have an unpopular opinion, but I don't love pumpkin spice. It's fine, but there are other things
No.
that are better.
I'd
I-
rather
I-
like the apple crisp flavor than a pumpkin spice flavor.
I'd rather just like hazelnut,
I
a
don't
good hazelnut.
I don't care.
Okay.
I don't,
You know-
I don't care.
Pumpkin
Just
spice,
saying.
however,
Yeah.
would make for a real bad wrestler name.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
There we go. That's
She could
very
she could
good,
be a
Forman.
WWE diva.
I don't think so, though. Pumpkin spice would not be a bad idea.
She is
Yes.
right. Pumpkin spicy is would
Imagine
be
getting
her
your
name.
ass kicked by pumpkin spice.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's
I
a
don't-
girl wrestler though, Foreman.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think you want to be pinned by pumpkin spice.
All the more reason
You
to
have to
fight
try
against
harder.
it. Yes, try harder. You're right.
Okay.
And
Sure.
I mean, I've never ever watched wrestling. I couldn't care less about wrestling. I
Really,
understand
I've
the
probably
people who are
watched
into it are
more
super-
wrestling than you.
Yes, you have because you were on a real kick while Jeremy was watching it there a few years
Yeah,
ago.
I seem to recall
Yeah,
that.
I used to do a thing on Instagram. Actually, it was probably right before reaction videos were a thing. I should make that
You claiming to have invented reaction
No, I didn't
videos?
invent it, but it was me. It was called Rachel's Raw Thoughts, and I just reacted to WWE Raw every Monday because I hated that we had to watch it, and it would always be on. And
I don't even know what that is.
It's wrestling, WWE.
Just the Monday Night Wrestling
Monday Night Raw.
thing. I mean, they got a whole channel. They've got every
it's a
type
huge
of
thing.
event
I'm gonna
going
watch
on.
Yeah. Anyway, I felt like I got a little too into it, so I stopped. But it had a good little following for a while.
Yeah,
Why?
well, I mean, that's where The Rock came from. Isn't The Rock going back to WWE?
I don't know now.
And
but
John
yes,
Cena's
probably.
from there and
I don't
retiring.
know. Isn't there a WWF?
There was.
It used to be WWF.
Well,
now
Okay,
it's
what do
WWE.
I know? This is how much I know.
That's
Yeah,
basically
I do
my
know.
knowledge too. But then
I can't have people touring my house knowing I'm watching WWE. You mean you know that, right?
Well, they would kick you off the tour. is what
Yeah,
they-
I'm
Right,
coming to
exactly.
tour your home, and I'm going to put a wrestling figure. I'm going to hide one somewhere in a corner.
I know a grown man with children older than ours
Mm-hmm.
who was always into wrestling, has all the figurines, like
Really?
shelves and
No.
shelves.
Oh.
If it's like if you looked at the wall
They're
behind
worth
me, it would
money
just
now.
be full of. Oh yeah, I'm sure they're
yeah.
worth tons of money.
Wow.
And he's got two boys, and they're all into it. They go to the. I think there was just one. They're in Calgary, and there was just a big WWE SmackDown or whatever in Calgary, and they all went and they get right into
Okay.
it. And
I
he
know
says
more
to
about
me,
wrestling than I care to.
I know
So I get
nothing
it.
about wrestling
Yeah.
at all. Nothing.
I tell him what I'm about to tell you, and he texts me back from Calgary. The good thing about your girls liking wrestling is if they were to turn on WWE, female wrestlers are treated like human beings now. Elite athletes. No gravy matches, so there's some positive takeaways.
That's true. Yeah.
Because my kid love
All right, wait.
wrestling.
How did your kids get to love wrestling?
Wait a minute. You mean to tell me they
How
were
did that
wrestling?
happen?
Was there gravy wrestling?
I don't know if that's literal
I
or
don't
not. I
think
don't
so.
know. I don't think so.
Well, maybe, but
I think
don't know.
I think he means no
Well,
more bullshit matches. They're actually
Oh.
entertaining.
Oh, the women
You
are
guys-
the women are
Yeah.
badass chicks. Like they are tough. These girls.
But is anybody
You can tell
wrestling
they
in
work out
gravy?
all day.
Because I would watch that.
I don't think so.
I would watch that.
Not anymore.
Oh.
No,
Well, maybe,
they're
but I
treated
don't
like
know.
human beings now. That's
Yes.
the
Oh,
point.
yeah.
okay. Well, that's too bad. I mean, I would have watched that. Okay.
All right.
well,
so how did your
whatever.
girls
Sorry.
get into wrestling?
Because while calling the tractor pull at the Wyoming Fall Fair,
Uh huh. Oh. Oh God. What?
they had to come with me because Ashley was away in Prince Edward County and found me this delicious jalapeno beer.
Okay.
And
Reminds me, I'm going to take a drink.
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
And right next to the antique tractor pull track, the vintage tractor pull track,
Yes.
was a wrestling ring,
Oh, wow.
and the whole big old wrestle show started.
Wow.
Real in life, in person, and it was so full of kids were filling up the stands going to watch, and the girls were kind of interested in what's that, and I said, oh, it's wrestling. And again, they say, what's that? And I
Yes.
said, well, you can go watch. Go ahead.
I love this.
Go for it. And the noise and the cheering and the everybody's it's all kids. They're all into
Wow.
it. Emily's over there
Kids aren't
chanting
wrestling,
chicken,
though, right?
chicken, chicken. Like they're so into it.
Wow.
Wow.
There's the storyline. The wrestlers are in the ring, out of the ring. The refs are in it. Like to listen to Emily, who's
Amazing.
only 7, to tell me this. Like it was real, Daddy. It was real.
yeah.
And one of the refs was really good, but the other one wasn't because he started fighting one of the wrestlers.
What? He can't be doing that.
Yeah. And then the
Wow.
wrestler tried to strangle him.
Holy
and it's
cow.
all real. No, it's not a show. It's all real.
Of course it is.
And I can hear some of the adults over at the tractor pull saying, like, isn't that guy a city councilor?
Oh my! One of the wrestlers?
Yes.
Wow.
Hilarious.
Wow.
These middle-aged men. Some are
So this
very
is
in
like
shape. Where were you
Backyard
again?
wrestling.
Wyoming.
Wow.
Wyoming.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
It was
Backyard
so
wrestling
good.
is like a thing. Like people do this all the time. Like this is
Yes.
So Jeremy took Julia. She was like 4 or 5 maybe to a local wrestling thing, and she hated. She was so scared.
Well,
she
she's
was like
little.
Like yeah, that was too young. But I'm surprised your girls like it. To be honest, I think
They
mine would
loved
hate
it. At one point, Harley and Emily were sitting on the bleachers, And
Why
Emily,
wouldn't they like it? It's a show.
Yeah,
That's
it's
what it's a show.
it's
They're
a
getting beat
children's entertainment to the
It's
max.
a show.
Emily
Children's.
jumped on Harley's lap and clung to her while wrestlers fought each other into the spot she was sitting in and then went back into the ring.
That's
No.
it. That's the show.
Oh, my
it's
goodness.
like a cartoon, Rachel.
And they love
beat-
it. My
they
kids
get
would be
beat.
terrified. They'd come
people
out
get-
crying.
They get beat up in cartoons and they stand
Well, yes,
right up
but
and
not
they're
right
fine.
in front of you, not
That's
grown men
what-
in front of you.
That's what wrestling
Yeah,
is.
the
Yes,
kids
but
are
my kids would know.
screaming at them. They're having the
Wow.
time of their lives. I
Yes.
couldn't be more on board with wrestling now. I feel
Yes,
like that is the
really?
ultimate family entertainment right there.
Of course.
No.
After
Yes.
that one afternoon, yes.
Yes.
I'm
Okay,
so in.
After that, now you like wrestling.
Absolutely.
Are you
But like
watching
to what?
WWE?
No, I'm not going to watch it on TV, but I want like to go to a local event and
Yes.
go watch it. Yes.
Absolutely.
That local wrestling is where it's at.
Yes.
Wow,
I
okay.
agree.
I
I'm in.
do not agree at all, but sure. Go
Well,
ahead.
where would you
I just-
rather take your children?
To a local musical.
To
I
a
don't
murder,
know.
To
Oh
a murder
my,
mystery.
To a murder mystery. Enough said.
Yeah.
There we go.
Take a drink.
This is due to underwhelming demand. The podcast that just discovered that the P in P Diddy stands for perverted.
Oh,
Pariah,
yeah.
probably never getting out.
Perhaps.
Too soon?
Predator?
Too soon?
Yeah.
Too
I don't
soon?
know.
No.
Okay. All right. You know.
No, very.
I knew I didn't
very
want.
timely.
I knew I didn't want to lead. I didn't want to lead with that one. Anyway, that's what I knew. Anyway, that's another reason why I'm a big fan of Snoop Dogg.
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you. We are Dave, Rachel, and Forman. And shout out to our sponsors this week, Campbell Amusements and the Ontario Vintage Tractor Pullers Association. We appreciate your support. And if you would like to sponsor this fine podcast, just get a hold of us.
Yeah, you can email us at daverachelforman@gmail.com. Prices begin at $75 per episode. So if that's all you want, we have that. But then we have packages as well. So you can send us an email and we'll send you the information. No pressure.
No pressure at all.
No. Literally
We'll-
none.
we'll
Just
make it
send
work
it to
for
you
you.
and that's it.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is a part of the podcast where we like to hear from you, read your comments, your emails, what have you. So what do we have this week?
Do we want to get this out of the way? Thoughts on what truckers are actually doing in their trucks?
Oh, sure.
Oh, yes, we do.
From Angie, who said, I just listened to your recent podcast. And if
Yes.
you think for a minute that truck drivers don't use their trucks as a bathroom, you're dead wrong.
Oh, my gosh. Gross. Ew.
I don't even want to say that. I'm not a fan of some of these words, but I'm going to do them for you.
Oh, no.
Most of them piss in bottles as they drive down the road and do their poops in the trucks as well.
Oh, my God.
Some don't
While you're
stop for
driving?
nothing.
Hey,
unless they
that's
absolutely
awful.
have to. I have drivers in my family, so I know.
Gross.
Hey, gotta
Very,
hey,
very gross.
6 days on the road, and I'm gonna make it home tonight. You know what I'm saying?
I guess so.
You know what I'm not bringing with me?
Yeah.
That's
all
right.
Well, speaking of gross, we talked about how the Queensland Department of Health last time. There's a segue. Take a drink.
Speaking of gross.
We talked about how the Queensland Department of Health in Australia put out a PSA to tell people to start pooping at work because it was bad for your health to
Isn't
hold it
that
in.
what we were just talking
Yeah,
about?
I don't. That segue actually doesn't count anymore
Oh.
because
Yeah.
we were already on
Take
that
it
topic.
back.
Take
We're
a drink.
already on that topic.
Oh, for trucks. Okay, because you're working.
Yeah.
I was anyway. Erica Vincent, the realtor, sent me a thing. She said, "I thought you were going to talk about this because I saw this, and I don't really want to get into it because it's even grosser than that." But apparently, Australia, another health department or the same one, I'm not really sure, had to put out a PSA to tell men to clean their undercarriage, because they weren't cleaning it well enough. And they gave detailed instructions on how to do that in case you were never taught how to clean yourself in the shower.
You mean like in the shower?
In the shower. Yeah. Like cleaning your
Okay, well,
yourself.
How to make sure you put soap everywhere?
Yeah. Basically,
Step
she's
one,
like, "Oh my
put
gosh,
soap everywhere.
I thought you were going to
Step
talk
2,
about
rinse.
I thought you were going to talk about
Jeez.
this one. Turns out it was another gross thing they had to tell people about.
Okay.
What is
Yeah.
happening? Why do Australians need such specific reminders?
That's
I don't
why
know.
we.
I
That's
don't
why
know.
we have soap.
Yeah, that's right.
Come
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
And
Come
lots of
on.
it. Lather up.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Patricia says, I just listened to your episode 90, the segment about the male version of Karen. Mm-hmm. I agree with Forman. The next generation of male Karens will be anyone with an X. I'm a teacher, and any child that has an X is a nightmare.
Oh, no.
Jackson, Braxton,
Oh, boy.
etc.
Okay. Sure.
That's
Her
too
words,
bad.
not
Yeah.
necessarily ours.
That's well, could be. I mean, I don't know.
Well.
I can't think of anyone that I know with an X in their name, to be honest. Anyway,
I
whatever.
could think of a couple.
There's not a lot of girls. We have girls. We don't have a lot of girlfriends that have X's in their names. So
No Xenas in your
Xena, no.
warrior
No.
princess? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I have an email from one of my favorite people, Forman's mom.
Oh, here we go.
She has
Take a
emailed us
drink.
again,
Take a drink.
and I love this. And the subject line is just Costco. Dear Dave, Rachel, and
Oh,
Forman.
dear. Okay, here we go.
In response to Andrew's Costco puzzle gift from Lindsay in episode 22, possibly Andrew might have genetically inherited an aversion to Costco because I too hate Costco.
Oh,
Did you know that about your mom, Forman?
Forman.
I didn't know
However-
she hated it, but I know she doesn't frequent it because Carlton Place, Ontario doesn't have one.
I see. Okay.
So
However, she
you-
says, I took advantage of Costco for Windsor's sake. Windsor the horse, Forman.
Oh, the only reason she'd bother to go is for the fucking horse.
She said, Windsor's vet prescribed an antihistamine to treat a snotty nostril. Unfortunately, the equine antihistamine was on back order. Costco, bless it, carries no-name human antihistamine at a very low price compared to look at Forman, compared to regular pharmacies. If you're not watching this right now, you should be.
Forman,
you should
did
go
you
to
ever,
YouTube and
did you ever
watch
have
Forman.
a stuffy nose?
Yeah, and she didn't go to Costco to treat it, I'll tell you that.
Okay.
I knew it.
She says a horse requires a lot of human pills per dose, hence the reason she needed the lower price. So it worked out well for me. And Andrew's sister, Heather's boyfriend, Serge, was able to get me an additional 10% military discount. Bonus! For the horse. Okay, entering Costco triggered PTSD as I watched frantic shoppers bustling and filling up their carts to the brim and lining up at the cashiers. I noticed a lot of Costco prices were actually higher than what I pay at other stores. I think shopping at Costco is a crapshoot, and people get caught up in a buying frenzy like baited sharks. So you didn't fall far from the tree, Forman. I have bought produce there that expires quite quickly. Stood in line for a simple bag of carrots for Windsor, only to have it spoil before the expiry date. I am not adding words to this at all. Costco
No, don't
is not a
stand in
place.
line for produce for your growing children.
You're grown. You're an adult.
I told you.
Costco is not a
you're-
place to buy one item, as the lineups are awful. And anyway, so she says, also, P.S. I did not know Forman has associative what did you have? Synesthesia? That's where you see colors.
Oh, it's the piano keys are colors, yeah.
Synesthesia. I don't know how to say it. Thank
Yeah, well,
goodness
she
I
didn't
listened
bother
to
to
your
ask
podcast.
either.
Well, she knows now because she listens to the podcast. Always a
Horse probably
dedicated
f***ing
fan.
does.
Keep up the entertainment.
She's probably buying him treatments for it at fucking Costco.
Okay. All right. I sense that you and your mom might have a lot to talk about this Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah. I love
I'll
that.
be in Brigden.
Oh, you will be. All right.
not going
well,
home.
I hope she comes home for
Well,
Christmas.
I'm
That'll
hoping
be-
Windsor's snotty nostril will be cleared by then. So, because, Costco came through with the pills.